Hello, awesome folks. I hope you're having just an absolutely magnificent day today. Today we're taking a look at the 13-page short story. It's the final one in this collection, the Tsathoggua Cycle. It's called The Resurrection of Kzadool-Ra, with a dash in there, Kzadool-Ra. It's published in 87 by Henry Vassar III. It's here. In this collection, I'll link you to it in the comments below in case you're interested in checking it out a couple decades ago in the 80s. For you folks. So this is in the Cthulhu Mythos. It does have, but it is more of a sword and sorcery. It's set in Clark Ashton Smith's world, not in the Cthulhu Mythos proper, if you will. So it's not a cosmic horror, but it's more of a just more of a fantasy sword and sorcery. Although you might call it cosmic horror, based on the characters of the Tsathoggua that created by Clark Ashton Smith. Now, Clark Ashton Smith created Tsathoggua for his fantasy stuff. And then he's in a short story that is in here called The Tale of Tsathoggua Cycle, which he sent to Lovecraft. Lovecraft loved it. So he brought him into his Cthulhu Mythos in a novella that he was ghostwriting for Zelia Bishop called The Mount, which was not published abridged until 40 and in full copy until 1989. That's years afterwards. He had written it. And The Tale of Tsathoggua Cycle was also delayed by a couple of years. So the first one to actually include it was Robert E. Howard, the other one of the big three writers for the weird tales in the era, the creator of Conan and such. But anyway, so then Lovecraft's first short story to publish it next was The Whisperer in Darkness, before Clark Ashton Smith actually made this up. So this collection collects a bunch of Clark Ashton Smith stuff early on. And these are not his mythos things. That include the characters of the Tsathoggua, but they're more his fantasy takes in some fantasy ones like this one by Vassar the third, and then some that are more modern cosmic horror feeling short stories too, like the previous one. So this one's fun. It's nice. It's nice, fast way and so forth. None of these short stories in this collection though are longer, except for 130-page one. Most of these are like 13. Well, the 7 Guish is in here, but I didn't reread it, although I've already read it. And until of Tsathoggua Cycle and published, and I've reviewed them too. So it might be a little longer. But the only one that I read, this is a long one, was 130 pages, and that was it. This is a very shorter collection, as you can tell by the size of it, which is published by Chaosium for you folks. So basically, I try to keep my reviews spoiler free, but the idea here is that our main character is a point of view character. He's a cleric, young guy, and he's a fledgling in this temple, and he's been there for about a month or two, and he's very, very strong, very, very diligent, and very, very good at all the various things that he needs to do. And this is a complex to a number of gods and so forth, and so he will be our main protagonist as he investigates this area. He's new to the area. He was previously, and we'll find something like page 2 or 3, we'll find out that he was previously a cleric for the Forgotten Sleeping Gods. And he was there for a while, and he asked while he was there about the version of Tsathoggua that is the more right. So it's not spelled Tsathoggua like this. It's spelled in a more corrupted version. So that's fun, and he'll ask about that, and he'll be told that learning is forgotten and forbidden, and so forth on like page 3 by his master. So I'll leave you to it. That's about 3 pages in, so that's what I like to do. I don't like to give you spoilers, but just a couple tastes, first couple pages in this case, or maybe the first couple chapters of the novel. So there you are. I do like this, and I think it's a fun short story, and I think it's an interesting concept, and it's faster too. It won't take that. It did take me a little longer for me to read it because of how short it was. I thought it would take me like maybe 25 or 30 minutes. It took me more like 45. It took me a while to get into his writing flow, even though he's a more modern writer and so forth. But it's fun, and I like the ending. So I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10 for you folks, from 87 for you folks. Have you read it? If so, what did you think about it? Did you agree or disagree with my 7 out of 10? Let's talk about more in the comments below. Again, spoiler free. And then, if you like this video, why not hit the subscribe button, the like button, the bell icon if you're feeling frisky, and then let your friends know, particularly Cthulhu Mythos fans or Tsathoggua friends or Clark Ashton Smith fans or fantasy fans too, and such. So there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. As a reminder, this channel's name is The Worst Thing About New Books. That's a quote by French philosopher Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones. This is definitely an older classic that we might have forgotten about. And things that we have forgotten about and such, and from a few decades ago that we might have been influences and such. Good stuff. And then finally, I want to pause just to thank you so much, for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video, right? Because we all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it much. So thanks again, and have an amazing day.